At the age of 25, I found myself residing with my elder brother, Liam Bennett, who was 29. In the wake of our parents' untimely departure during our youth, he embraced the mantle of my guardian. I was employed as a graphic designer at a local firm, while Liam Bennett thrived as a successful lawyer. Our bond had always been strong. However, recently I had sensed an unusual tension lingering between us. As the evening drew to a close and I prepared to surrender to the embrace of sleep, Liam Bennett entered my room unannounced, bypassing the customary knock. I stood before my full-length mirror, clad only in my bra and underwear. Initially, a wave of embarrassment washed over me, yet soon I caught a peculiar glint in Liam Bennett's gaze. His attention was unwavering, his eyes tracing my form with a lingering intensity that stirred an unsettling feeling within him. "I apologize for the interruption." He lowered his voice, making it deep and raspy. "I would like to discuss something with you." I wrapped my robe snugly around myself, attempting to shield as much of my skin as possible. "What could it possibly be?" I inquired of my voice. With a slight tremor, Liam Bennett paused for an instant, then inched closer to me. Thoughts of us have been occupying my mind. He spoke of his comfort, never straying from the bond we share and the significance we hold for one another. Uncertainty loomed over me, a disquieting presence that I couldn't quite shake off. "Dear Liam Bennett, I am your sister," I proclaimed. He paused for a moment, then moved closer, bridging the gap that lay between us. Though he spoke in gentle tones, there are moments when I can't shake the feeling that my emotions for you run far deeper. My astonishment was palpable. This was my brother, my protector, my trusted companion. Until that moment, he had always been just family to me, but as I gazed into his eyes, an undeniable longing emerged that I could no longer overlook. In the weeks that followed, an inexplicable attraction blossomed between Liam Bennett and me, pulling us closer together. Throughout the day, we exchanged furtive glances, and by nightfall, we found ourselves sprawled on the couch, lost in a film yet preoccupied with thoughts of one another as we lay in bed. Liam Bennett extended a hand and grasped mine. I gazed at him, my heart pounding, and noticed the familiar longing reflected in his eyes, a feeling I had recognized before without a second thought. I drew closer and pressed my lips against his. Initially, it seemed amiss, as though I were undermining the connection we shared as siblings. Yet, as Liam Bennett's arms encircled me, I came to understand that this sensation transcended mere physical allure. I had succumbed to the depths of affection for my brother. Wick understood the gravity of our actions, the way they clashed with the very principles instilled in us, yet we found ourselves unable to resist the pull of our desires. We started to slip away, rendezvousing in the shadows to elude any prying eyes. We would share stolen kisses in the hallway, or become entwined in each other's embrace, lost in the moment. One fateful night, Liam Bennett's best friend Jason Cole arrived unexpectedly. As I stood in the kitchen, the rich aroma of brewing coffee enveloping me, I heard the unmistakable sound of their arrival. Their voices drifted from the living room, a murmur that eluded my understanding, leaving me in a state of curious uncertainty. I caught the sound of Jason Cole's voice escalating in distress. "What on earth is happening here?" I stood still, my heart pounding in my chest. A sense of foreboding washed over me. It was clear that our secret had been unearthed. With hesitant steps, I entered the living room, my legs trembling beneath me. I observed Jason Cole in a standing position. In the doorway, his face was ashen, a mask of disbelief. Liam Bennett sat on the couch, his head in his hands. "Palms. What is happening?" I inquired of my voice, scarcely rising above a whisper. Jason Cole glanced in my direction. His eyes were wide. "I find it hard to fathom that you chose not to share this with me." He spoke, his voice heavy with pain. "I believed we shared a bond of friendship. I believed we had shared that with one another. All that I observed." Liam Bennett. My heart is shattering. I realized that we had erred. What we had been doing was misguided. Yet, I had not fully grasped the extent of the pain it would inflict on those around us in the days and weeks that ensued as Liam Bennett and I endeavored to gather the fragments of our lives. Of our fragmented existences. We understood that our paths could not intertwine. What we had done was beyond forgiveness. We ceased our conversations, meticulously steering clear of one another at every opportunity. I left the apartment, unable to endure the echoes of our shared past. I discovered a new abode and immersed myself in my work, seeking to escape the past. Yet, despite my efforts, the memory of Liam Bennett's arms enveloping me lingered, refusing to fade away. Or the sensation of his lips against mine. His absence weighed on me in ways I had never imagined. Yet, deep down, I understood that our paths could never intertwine once more. One evening, while I lay in the stillness of my bed, a knock echoed softly at my door. I rose and opened the door, anticipating the sight of a delivery person or perhaps a neighbor. Yet, there stood Liam Bennett before me. His eyes brimmed with the weight of regret I seek. He mentioned that he wanted to speak with you. His voice was gentle. For a brief instant, I found myself pausing. She then moved aside, granting him entry. We lingered on my couch, the air around us heavy with unspoken words. I apologize. He lowered his gaze. It was never my intention for things to unfold this way. My intentions were never to cause you pain. I gazed at him, my heart heavy with longing. I find myself uttering it, my voice scarcely rising above a whisper. Yet, we are powerless to alter the past. It is irreversible. Liam Bennett gave a slight nod, his shoulders shifting subtly. Slouched. I am aware. He spoke, his voice heavy with sorrow. Yet, I felt compelled to share this with you. Something. I must express my love for you, a sentiment that will endure through time. Emotion surged within me, and I felt the sting of tears as I gazed at him. I cherish you as well. I declared. My voice trembled with deep feeling. Yet, our paths cannot intertwine. We must not jeopardize all that we hold dear. For an inevitability that will forever be flawed. Liam Bennett nodded, his gaze brimming with comprehension. He spoke, his voice heavy with remorse. Yet, I felt compelled to share my true emotions as I observed him leaving my apartment. Our love was destined to remain a secret, a forbidden flame that would forever burn bright, never to be extinguished. Yet, we were acutely aware that our choice was just, that we had prioritized our connection as siblings over our individual wants. As I shut the door softly, a profound realization washed over me: my love for him would remain unwavering, regardless of the circumstances.